Are we live? We are freaking live. And we are about to be live on Instagram as soon as this thing.
Let me put my phone on silent.
Go live. Let's see. And we are live on Instagram. So it looks like we are live on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Rumble. So yeah, we all good. We are all the way live.
Let's go.
So what's going on, everyone? And welcome to the live stream. And in today's live episode, I don't do political things, religious things too tough. And so just keep in mind, I am an independent, so I'm not one way or the other, but I'm just reporting what's here because we are going to just look at some of the reactions from this past election because there was so many crash outs, so many opinions, so many things, and I just could not leave. I would not feel right if I did not at least look at some of the reactions. This is a reaction channel, so we have to react. So we got Jay the Professor here. He is going to react with me, but of course we also have social media reactions. And not only sorry, you guys probably couldn't hear me that good because I have my mic too far away. But not only are we going to do our normal social media reactions, we're going to start with the election reactions first because we can't not cover this as a reaction channel. So we're going to just go through several news outlets and see what social media had to say about the new our new president, or our old new president, if you want to go there, Donald Trump. And we got Jay the Professor here that will be helping me go through these videos. So are you ready?
I'm born ready.
Born ready. All right.
Right.
Let's get to it. Let's find hold on, I'm looking for it.
No problem.
How the US networks. There we go. Share. All right. Let's first just get started with what's happening here.
The Fox News Decision Desk can now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States.
Voters express deep frustration with the Biden administration, and former President Trump and the future President Trump overperformed in urban areas, particularly with men, proving that the strategy that they doubled and tripled down on over the course of the last few months absolutely succeeded and brought him back to the White House.
Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president. And for so many of you watching right now, that news is, to say the least, a lot to digest. I understand that personally.
It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any.
History this morning, 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday, that Donald Trump has won the presidency for a second time, this time after having served for 4 years, then disputing the 2020 election, and then, of course, rallying a mob to the Capitol to try to interrupt the peaceful transfer of power there. Americans deciding to send him back to the White House for a second term.
And CBS News now projects
that one.
that Donald Trump is the winner in Wisconsin. That gives him the number of electoral votes he needs to become the 47th president of the United States.
This will usher in potentially an unprecedented era in American history to have someone who believes firmly that he has total presidential power in terms of official acts based on the Supreme Court ruling earlier this year, does not have to serve in prison despite being convicted in a criminal trial, and despite pressuring his own vice president to overturn an election, has been warmly embraced by the party the Republican Party once again and won the presidency.
So yeah, so that is the actual election night of each media outlet
Can now
with the
project
win.
that former President Donald Trump,
which is kind of crazy because, you know, you could tell the difference. Like one side was like, hey, you know, victory. And then the other was like, well, Donald Trump won. And, you know, just the disappointment. I mean, at the end of the day, what I don't really care for in the media is the bias based on what channel you watch instead of presenting the facts. It's more of we're just going to present the facts that prove our point. And that's the problem I have with watching left or right. It's not either. Like, I'm not going to watch Fox or CNN. I won't watch either.
I agree.
Because one, Fox is going to say Republicans do everything perfect. And then CNN is going to say Democrats do everything perfect. There's very few, if any, news outlets that are going to be completely fair and independent. So that's what I have a problem with. So I have to, unfortunately, listen to both things and figure out what is actually true.
I agree. I think that's why most people, I think there are a group of people who are on that more on the independent side that are looking at content creators, for that type of information, because looking at Fox or CNN, is more biased on both sides. So I definitely understand where you're coming from there.
Yeah, it's annoying. So now we're going to go through some of the reactions.
Oh, Lord.
So trigger warning. And some of you may be triggered. Some of my audience may be triggered. Some of the other ones, you may be in this video because you may be one of the people that acted like some of the people we're going to see. So in this video, we're not going to play the whole thing. It's a pretty long video, but we're going to see some before the Nostradamuses and the Negrodamuses that predict what's going to happen in election, and then the reaction to the reality.
Hey, Trump supporters, y'all got Kid Rock and Amber Rose. We got Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Eminem. We are not worried. We are not the same, baby. Today's election day, and since Trump supporters are so proudly calling themselves garbage after Biden called them garbage, I got your outfit for the polls today.
For the astrology girlies, I just want to know, I have been studying Kamala's charts, and it looks like she is not only going to win, but she is going to be winning a second term. The next 8 years in her chart look really, really strong. Trump's not so much.
Kamala Harris is not winning. And the people who thought that Kamala Harris was going to win a landslide are totally wrong.
Train, you know the animes where it looks like the guy's like losing and he's got like 7 forms and you haven't even seen form 1 yet? That's what Kamala's like. She's like base level Frieza fighting.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, she's base level Frieza right now fighting Krillin. Okay, and they're like, oh, I think we're gonna win this, Gohan. And it's like, yeah, no.
They did win it though. They killed Frieza.
Shut the. Are you serious? You're actually so cringe.
Kelly, get out.
Ignore that.
Leave. God,
I hate it when guys are named.
I actually think that if Trump wins this election, I'm actually going to crash out for real. I'm actually going to lose my mind. I might have to take a week off from everything. I'm going to have to lock myself in my house. I'm already freaking out. Gosh, I'm scared. I'm really freaking scared. I don't like this game. I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Turns out Muslim voters actually voted for Trump. And you are basing this off of this? A single tweet. Election day vote in a Dearborn precinct. Trump, Stein, Harris. This is all it takes for you? That's it. That's all it takes? A single tweet? Numbers and names? That's it? One vote in one precinct and some numbers and names? Get a hold of yourself.
History this morning, 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday, that Donald Trump has won the presidency for a second time. To try to interrupt the peaceful transfer for a second.
What the hell?
Oh, God.
Okay, like, if y'all hate women that much, I hope you never get pussy ever again.
I'm in tears. Sorry, y'all. It's fine.
Like, y'all hate us this fucking much? Okay, you better not come into my fucking like, oh, you just sent pics, da. Yeah. Pics of a gun I'm finna buy. The fuck?
Trump supporters have been asking me all day in some gotcha why I'm not laughing anymore. What's funny? What's funny about women dying because you elected a candidate who doesn't give a fuck about them? What's funny about black people being hurt more because you elected a candidate that colludes with white supremacy, endorsed by the KKK? What's funny about Spanish families being separated because you elected a candidate who calls the places that they come from garbage, calls it a swamp when they come into our country, doesn't give a fuck about people who weren't born here, thinks that everybody else is trash and should be treated subhuman? What's funny about that? What's there to laugh about right now? You elected a felon to be president, somebody proven to collude with foreign adversaries to overthrow democracy, who incited a domestic terrorist attack on the country. What would be funny right now? What the fuck's funny? Don't say shit about nothing. Y'all are the reason oh my God.
If you're wondering if it's hard to be a therapist right now, it is. It really is.
This is what they're being to go see. They want
the
to see
pain and suffering that's come from this election.
What?
And listening to my clients say homophobic things to me, not knowing I have a wife, is really fucking hard. It's really fucking hard. And I have to validate them. I can't say anything. It's really fucking hard.
Okay, so I was wrong. A lot of astrologers were wrong. A lot of us were wrong. But if you think that right now is the time to tell me that you don't believe in astrology, who gives a about astrology right now, dude? Who literally cares about that? That is like the least of our worries. This is my career. I have built a life off of reading the stars for people and getting it right. But if you're going to come into my comments and complain that, well, I'm no longer going to believe in astrology after this, who gives a for real? Let's be for real right now. That is the last of our worries. My mom can't lose her Social Security. We can't lose our Medicaid, our Medicare. There are real things happening in the world right now. And I know that like you guys think this is some big gotcha, but I don't give a if you think astrology is not real right now, because there's real life happening in this country.
I'm tired. I'm numb. I'm struggling to know what happens next. But the one question I do have is, how do we keep each other safe?
And what's your agenda?
I got proof. He cheated. He cheated. He cheated. He cheated. Him and Elon Musk, they cheated. Trust the old lady when she tell you they cheated, baby.
Let's be honest. It was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go. For healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet. And
TV. Do it. Do it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Fuck that TV and fuck that asshole. Do it. I'll buy
Maybe not that fucking hard.
I'm delivering 3 sermons today.
each one to a different group of people. And this one is for the Trump supporters. You are going to hell for this. You're going to hell for this. You have blatantly disregarded your neighbor. You have failed to care for the widowed, the orphaned, and the immigrant. You have committed idolatry.
Well, it's been rough. It was not what I was expecting at all, considering some of the rhetoric he has said. I thought we as a nation were smarter, but I guess not. To my transgender and friends and, the people who it affects, as long as you stay alive, they cannot say we don't exist.
Just for the record, people, I have not watched more than one clip of this, so I'm taking this in the same way that you are. So I'm flabbergasted because this actual video, I'm gonna link it down in the description after the live, is 38 minutes. But I'm not gonna do the whole show in 38 minutes, but I'm gonna show a couple more because this is giving me heart palpitations because I'm just laughing too hard right now.
This is triggering. It's disgusting.
Means rebelling against them because they're wrong. And as long as you draw a breath, every breath you take is a rebellion. Keep on fighting because you just have to. Hail Satan, hail reason always.
Trumpies are about to be real sick of me. What do you mean America is back? Congratulations, Donald Trump and whatnot. Who the fuck is in here? Let me go talk to him.
Who put that little message that America is back? Who put that? It was you? It was somebody who worked here? Can I talk to him? Why not? Anyway,
fuck Trump. Fuck all of that shit.
This is all prank, right? Like we're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be like a really bad dream, and none of this will have ever happened, right? Like it'll be like the first time, and then we're all gonna pull through fine in 4 years. Correct? Please, someone tell me. I can tell you one thing right now, marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently. So they screwed the pooch on that one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because not even any semblance of thoughts I had or hope for that is completely going to be a no thanks for me, love. You think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now, no, that's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes. No, honey, no, not even close. That's never goodbye.
Baby, if you wanted to touch my body, you should have voted for it.
Ooh-wee. I woke up this morning and women are mad. They closing up shop. They about to do that 4B on you. 4B or not 4B. If you don't know what 4B is, you better Google that shit. Because MAGA men, your dingling's gonna be dry as fuck. You ain't getting no booty cat. Better go get some of that Diddy oil and work on your stroke, because damn it, you're going to be in there all by yourself, jerking your ding-a-ling. And you pro-Palestinians, black women said, fuck you. We going back to Starbucks. Y'all are on your own. As always, y'all have a great day. We going to be all right, because I'm going to make y'all laugh. Y'all have a great day.
Y'all, I ain't never been so scared to go to sleep because I'm so scared that the cops are just going to break in our house and make me a slave or...
Yo, this is a joke.
Gotten rid of that big giant truck of yours and all your...
Yeah, I am literally crying.
Hey, yo.
I'm literally crying because this is so funny to me. But go ahead.
Dude, this is the everyday people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna see. People think that I be making stuff up or I'm being whatever. I'm like, no, I'm just reacting to what people are saying. I just happen things fall into my inbox. A lot of things are into my my feed. I don't even seek this stuff. And some of you people that are viewing, I appreciate you for sending me clips because, man, I get some doozies. So, like I said, this thing, I haven't even watched this video. And of course, I want to make another video on just that because it's too much. We're not going to sit here for 38 minutes watching
Lord, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Oh, like my heart is already hurting. I need to get a little more serious. So let's get a little more serious by watching The View.
Oh, today's that day. Today's that day.
You know, they're
Today's
that's a very, you know, serious and, you know, upstanding media program.
So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons.
We're all going to have to wake up tomorrow morning and work like hell to move the world to the place that we prefer it to be. And I just want to point out, just as a matter of perspective, that the lessons that our pundits take away from these results, that they will pronounce with certainty, will be wrong. And we have to remember that.
I literally could go on all day. And yet you talk to Trump voters and they'll go, he didn't say that. Wait, no, I didn't hear him. And then you say, well, here's the quote. And then they'll go, yeah, he didn't mean that.
I didn't expect it to be this resounding. And I think there are some lessons from it. I think we forget about rural America. I think the working class feels left behind. They feel like the powerful, the elite only care about them and their power. And he spoke to them. We may not have liked his words, but they turned out for him.
It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
I'm mystified in some ways. Who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out.
I think this is a big, huge part of the story that it's hard to even digest fully at this moment. But you have Elon Musk, who owns Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, X, who is a disinformation propagandist and now could potentially have a direct line to the Oval Office.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, thing is, you know, the media pundits started crashing out. It's like, and you're supposed to be, you should be partisan, but obviously we don't live in that country. So let's have a little more fun, because we got the last round of crash outs, but these crash outs we decided to pair with some music.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done all of this. I'm sorry. Why? Do you really hate me that bad? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? Why? Do you really hate me that
Oh my God.
What in the world is going on here?
Yeah. Oh my good God Almighty! I can't do this no more, y'all. I need to stop streaming. This is too much.
This is the everyday people just crashing out.
Oh my God!
Over the results, and
I mean,
like that.
I've lived through quite a few presidents, and to be perfectly honest, my life hasn't changed a whole lot with any of them, outside of the typical. But my God, the crashing out.
But dude, the thing is, this is my thing. In regards of whoever you all vote for, or whatever, right? That's not the point. It's how you respond to these things. And some of y'all are looking like, I mean, for a second, I'm watching this and I'm like, these are actual people's real raw emotions. Like, this is not.
And they're getting on camera. So imagine the people that are not on camera. These are the people that are on camera doing this stuff.
Shucks.
So imagine that. So speaking of that, in this video, I'm gonna see if some of you all that watch content, y'all probably know who she is.
Oh.
She is what we call the brick lady. And the brick lady, oops, got a little something to say. There we go. The brick lady got, something to say about this election cycle as well. Let's hear what she got to say.
Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're f***ed and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished who are just going to keep dying from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support. People are actually praising this guy, and it's a freaking joke. Look at the states he won. You won't catch me there. You'll catch me in New York City. And I'm sorry to all the women who are.
Yes, I agree with her. She, in particular, should definitely stop having sex because we do not want another one. Anybody that shares her DNA. I totally agree.
And I don't say this often, but she's just flat out an ugly.
She's quite insufferable.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even look at her. It's just.
Well, that's the lady that I think that's the lady that got the brick that said the brick was thrown at her or something. If it's not, I've seen her before. I'm not sure if that's the same lady, but
I think she was on a couple podcasts talking about she deserves this kind of man or something like that.
I'm sure, but we've seen her before.
Yeah.
So this lady, because she found out one of her friends that she's known for over 14 years voted for Trump, she decided that she's going to end the relationship. So let's hear her rationale.
I just texted my best friend of 14 years. Literally half of my life. I'm 28. And I asked them who they voted for. They said Donald Trump. And they said, I'm assuming you voted the opposite. And I said, yes. And then my friend texted me and said, will you still be my friend? Half of my life. This person is my best friend.
That was not your friend. I'm sorry. If you sit there and not defriend somebody because of what they've for the way of a difference of opinion, they're not your friend. It's as simple as that. Like, I don't care what they say. It's not your friend.
Bro, my neighbors are going crazy right now.
I'm like, who is that? I'm like, you got kids in there?
Yeah, the kid. No, so my neighbor, he can't control his kid. They call the police and everything outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, but maybe they saw the election results and they have continued to go.
They might crash out too.
Maybe. Speaking of this, there's this lady, I think this lady is concerned about her bathroom rights.
I can't pee in 4% of America right now. So
you can't pee in 4% of America.
In 4% of America, it is illegal for me to use the men's restroom in government buildings.
So because of the biology bill that they just passed.
Yes, because I am biologically female, I cannot use the men's restroom in Florida or Utah.
What would you say to people who would say, well, just use the family restroom or a gender neutral restroom if it's available? Like, what would your thoughts on that be?
What am I supposed to do if there isn't a gender neutral restroom available? Am I supposed to just hold it? Or am I supposed to just wet my pants? Literally, there's no point to it other than to keep trans people out of the spaces they belong in, because, you know, they use the excuse of like, oh, how are you going to know if it's someone claiming to be a woman just to get into the women's restroom? And it's like, those people are going to be doing things in the restroom that are going to set off red flags. You don't need an additional law on top of that to keep trans women out. I can't pee in.
Your thoughts?
Dude, this is a clown show.
I mean, this is what we're this is the reality of where we're at right now, and you know, and other people, and we have the freedom of speech, and people have the right to their own opinions, whether they're right or wrong. You know, it's what it is. And shout out to Nico. This is his comment. She's an unruly woman. No respectable man would ever hit that, sir. We live in the age of simping, and
they would.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. If you would do that in the stream, let me know, because I'm gonna block you.
Or send us a super chat. Say that.
Yeah. All right, we got another brother here. Let's see what he got to say.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay.
To every single person that ever voted for that man. Fuck you. Because from what I've heard in that inauguration speech that our president has made, he has not talked about anything in regards to the cost of living being lowered or making gas prices more affordable for people. No, what I have heard, though, is that he plans to release his psychotic and crazy criminal worshipers who rallied for him in the January 6th riot and drop all of their charges. I also heard about how he plans to take away the rights of marginalized citizens whose rights are protected in the Constitution and take away birthright citizenship. There's so many other things that piss me off that I could even list that he's also planning to do, but I'm not going to go ahead and ruin my day more than it already has been. All I want to say is fuck you. Because there's going to be so much more problems for everybody here in America, thanks to you.
Okay. Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah, we don't care about your dusty ass dress. Excuse me. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, guys. Yeah, triggered.
I like a trigger much. Tell us how you really feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So since we just passed, we just came from Christmas, these ladies want to leave President Trump with some gifts.
The opportunity, what would you put under Donald Trump's Christmas tree?
Can I cuss? Like genuinely?
Totally cuss.
I was gonna say literally a piece of shit.
Maybe a big little pride flag on there too, just a little like
With like like the little
flag, little toothpick flag out of the pile of shit.
You know those cartoon Jack in the Boxes where a punch just comes out?
I feel like something like that would like over time like really smell like some solid like some seafood, and I would put it under there like December 1st, and then it would just stink
Like
up
under the floorboards?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
like the
long con. Yes, or a beauty blender, because those edges.
If given the opportunity, what would
These people are really charitable.
Dude, this is crazy.
All right, next to the last one, because we're gonna shift gears. Next to the last one. I got a lot of them, but we'll be here all night. This guy, he went to pick up some food and he saw someone with a I think a hat or something like that. So let's see his reaction.
Come after us. Stop. Fuck you. And you don't get your cheap ass.
Hey, this is a family environment. Please
I am leaving.
Leave right now. This is a family environment. We're not doing that here. We represent Panera Bread and the brand. I don't care who you voted for, who you love, who you worship. Get out.
I'm not going to have my rights taken away.
Nobody's questioning
Let me just
anybody's
throw away my
rights.
garbage.
Thank
That's all
you.
I'm doing.
Please leave these other guests alone. We're not interacting.
So this guy is harassing someone that's wearing a Magda hat, and you know the employee rightfully put him out because, again, just because you have a difference of opinion doesn't mean that you can just act a complete
Absolutely. Like I said, it's whoever you vote for, whatever side, it's a matter of your behavior. It's unacceptable behavior. You know, this is just stupid.
So let's listen to one of our Black leaders, in his opinion, your favorite pastor of all time.
Oh man!
You watch that inauguration, you better watch the rerun of anything. Go watch Sanford and Son. Go watch Martin. Go watch this service all over again. Delete Snoop Dogg out of your discography. No Band-Aids under your eye. Delete Nelly. Delete Rick Ross. All right, I'm gone. Love y'all. Don't you watch that enough?
Never. I still have R. Kelly in mind, and he was actually convicted of something heinous, and I still keep R. Kelly. So if you think I'm gonna have, and what do you suppose to even know about them? You supposed to be a pastor, and as a pastor, aren't you supposed to pray for leaders? You know, I've been out of church for a minute, but last time I checked, I was in it longer than I've been out of it. So I do know that regardless of leadership in the Bible that you call yourself preaching, you're supposed to pray for your leaders, not have a one-sided opinion of them. So that's the problem I have there.
This is why, Derek, these topics make me. This is your channel. I'll be civilized. I saw your comment. I'm looking at your comment too, but I love it.
All right, last one, but this is a fun one because goodness gracious, we need some fun. We need some fun. Let's take it down. Now we're gonna have a little fun.
From Green Acres, please welcome Donald Trump and Will and Grace's Karen Walker.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
That is where I'd rather stay. I'm an allergic smelling hay. Just the door, penthouse view. Darling, I love you. Give me Park Avenue.
So 20 short years ago, he was a media darling. And now look at this. So I showed that clip for a reason, because just 20 years ago, he was, revered in the media, especially among entertainers. He was at the freaking Emmy Awards, the highest honor for television.
He was on The View. He was on Beat. Like he was on.
Yeah, he was on everything. That's what I'm saying. He was a media darling just 20 years ago. And for those of us that are older, 20 years is not a long time. For those of you younger, it may seem like a long time, but trust me, it is not. So, all right, enough of that. Are you ready to be triggered in a different way? But
I'd rather be triggered in a different way than this.
This is not a. This is actually some sound advice, because now we're going to start getting into the social media reactions with dating fails and maybe passes. We'll just say pass fails. So let's listen to this brother's advice, because I think it's really, I'm gonna have to add a wise gentleman section in into our lives at some point.
All right, let's talk about how to stop simping. You know you're simping when you're bending over backwards for someone who couldn't care less. Time to cut that out. First step, recognize it. Are you doing way too much for someone who's not even noticing? That's your cue to stop. Next, shift that focus to yourself. At the gym, chase those dreams and watch them suddenly start paying attention. Now, boundaries are crucial. Learn to say no. It's not being rude. It's self-respect. And here's the kicker. Know your worth. Confidence is magnetic. Start acting like the catch you are. Remember this. Real kings don't beg for attention. Keep moving forward. If they care, they'll catch up. Stop simping. Start thriving. All right, let's talk.
I like that.
Wise words from a brother.
Yeah.
Here goes some more wise words from a creator that we both kind of we watch and enjoy.
My guy.
Here are my 2 problems with looks maxing. Number 1, if I lost 5 more pounds and my jawline got more defined, I'd argue I'd match with the same girls, 5 pounds less or 5 pounds heavier. How I see it is, you can't looks max past a girl's preferences. For example, if you are an Indian guy, you're just going to be more attractive to girls who like Indian guys. It's not like when you lost 5 pounds as an Indian guy, white girls are like, oh my God, he's so much more attractive now. I'll say this, looks maxing is really good when you're fat. Because when you're fat, you're not attracted to a lot of people. But when you go from like 250, 260 down to 185, that's such a massive 180. Yes, that is needed. The next problem I have with looks maxing is guys think it's an easy fix. Oh, I suck with girls, so if I lose 10 more pounds and get some curly hair, I'll get more girls. Okay, you may get a couple more matches, but how about the first date? How about escalation? How about breaking touch barrier? How about having a good mouthpiece? So don't think once you looks max, all the work's been done. You still have to do a lot of the inner work as well. Here are my 2.
I love, he's actually become my.
Come up to the mic a little bit.
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Okay. She's actually like my top 5. I don't watch his YouTube. I look at more his Instagram, and his messages are very realistic. Versus the other ones, no shade to the other guys, but his messaging when it comes to men is very realistic, and he speaks to all dudes from all tiers of income and status and looks. So that was spot on right there.
I was going to say, so what do you think about this specific video about men, focusing on looks maxing instead of,
So oftentimes, a lot of dudes say, oh, if I don't know, like, for example, it's like me saying, oh, if I get these braces off, I'm going to get more girls. No, the only people that will recognize that I got these braces off are girls that are actually attracted to my prototype or actually attracted to me. Because most people aren't paying attention to your every little thing.
Yeah.
So,
until they're ready to eliminate you.
Exactly.
They start paying attention.
So he made a very valid point. I see a lot of guys like, I need a looks max, and maybe if I get a haircut, she's gonna knock on my door, and I'm gonna just have girls fly on me.
Yeah, I can get the princess treatment.
It's like there's literally guys that think like that, though.
Oh, I know. That's why I said that. So that's why I thought this was a very important clip to bring into the live, because if I say it, this one thing, but it's like, all right, let somebody else say it, because it's not enough. You have to cover all angles. You have to do all of it.
Everything.
You can't do one thing. You have to do all of it.
Especially today's world too.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's what you're talking about today. This what you did in the 90s and the 2000s don't count.
Well, told my old heads that on the last a couple videos back.
that don't matter. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
So here now everybody gives me smoke. I always talk about women, this, that, and the other. So this is where I put in where the guys. So this is Guru. He's talking to a guy. He doesn't give smoke to only the women. He gives it to whoever calls in. Women are just the ones who call in the most frequent. So this brother calls in to get some advice from Guru, because Guru has he gonna give him some work.
So the issues I have with black women are, because I pay my child support, because, they, always question me, why is it that, you can send money to your daughter whenever, but you can't help me out or anything. And my issue is they aren't my children.
Need to get in better shape. A lot of y'all
I'm
brothers,
I'm pending my surgery. I have to wait till April to get it done.
You got to be a higher quality man, which means you got to look the part. And you better have some damn money too to back it up. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be rich, but you just have to be able to back it up. Looking at you right now, you don't have that.
I don't have
your grooming is not on point. Probably improve your skills at dealing with and talking to women. You in the wheelchair right now, brother. They just gonna take advantage of you.
I'm not paralyzed. I'm just recovering from a knee injury.
I don't care. Are you not listening? They're going to take advantage of you because you're in a wheelchair. That's the only you think this is a movie? You think it's a fantasy? You think there's women that's like, oh my God, he's such a nice man. I want to be with him. That's not how they think. This ain't no damn movie. They look at you and look, sucker, simp, fool. I'm about to get whatever he got.
He don't even
and
know.
So the issue I have with
look at his eyes, bro. I'm sorry. Just look at him. He's He looking at him like, no, he lying. There's no way. This guy
right. He's like, what? Like, no, that's not true, man. Come on, man. No,
that's
dog.
Look I get so mad at right there. That look that sorry ass dusty look.
Nah, dog, that ain't true, man. But yeah. Nah, man, they ain't all like that. They gonna love me for Lee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
This is the stuff that I be seeing. This is the stuff that we see.
Oh, I know. And that's why, like I said, this is a reaction channel. We want to react because when we say stuff, we're being mean. I just want them to speak for themselves. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing. You be the jury and the judge for yourself. Right now, we just being a jury. So now we're gonna shift gears to this woman that signed up for a date. Let's see what happens to her.
I put makeup on just for this date, so it better go well. And I'm not posting this, probably, if it doesn't. It did not go well. Truthfully, it lasted less than 2 minutes. I walked up, he gave me a hug and said, "Are you hungry? Let's go inside." We went inside. He said, "Actually, can you step outside for a minute?" I stepped back outside and he said, "I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just not feeling it." So I walked to my car, came back home. Dating when you're fat sucks.
You know what may have happened?
What do you think happened? What do you think happened?
Prior to the date, she only showed, and he was probably delusional even.
You see how close this camera is? Yeah, you see how close this camera is now? Mm-hmm. Those are the pictures that he probably, because she has a cute face.
She does. That's what I'm saying.
So all her pictures was probably this, just like
selfie. Yep.
So you look at it like, okay, I can flow with her, But then he probably, because they were outside, probably in the dark, and so when he came inside and saw them lights and saw that waddle, he was like, "Oh,
this ain't gonna work, man. This ain't gonna work."
Listen, sis, and he could have sat there and got something to eat and went to the bathroom and left. But at least I give the brother the credit.
He's a real one.
He kept it real. And so, unfortunately, it's the way it is. It's not nice. It's not pleasant. But, the more that you look like, you're not what people want and looks, as you saw with the other guy, this is the exact opposite of the guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Just the exact opposite.
Mirror.
So, the guys that will talk to her will probably try to take advantage of her because, a lot of dusty dudes be like, oh, the big girl's the easy lay. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to try to take advantage of her for her body, and the other guy's going to get taken advantage for whatever he has, if he has anything.
I agree 1,000%.
All right, so let's go down to Entitlement Road down here in Houston, where a lady goes to, it looks like a sports bar or a cigar lounge.
So I had to make a TikTok about this, y'all. Me and my girlfriend went out last night for drinks at a bar in Dallas. And I just want to say, like, what happened? What happened with the chivalry? You see that bar? You see the bar full of men sitting down, literally just watching women in heels stand up. Like, what happened to the men? Like, I'm so not used to this, and I never will be.
Sweetheart, you're at a cigar lounge.
Was that a cigar lounge?
Yeah, I think she mentioned.
I think so, because you rarely see like all men somewhere like that. It's very rare. So it has. I was thinking it was a sports bar, but I didn't see a TV. So
it's somewhere male centered kind of environment. So it's either cigar lounge or a sports bar. And what women? What are you ladies doing at maybe a sports bar? Like what? I mean,
you know what she's doing. You mean what's she doing? You know what she's doing. She's going to look for men.
She's complaining. I mean,
so, but the way she frames it is she feels that because she's there, men are just supposed to get up and let her sit down.
Nope, it don't work like that, shorty.
Well, they want 1980s vibes, but they want 2025 rights.
Doesn't work like that.
Back in the day, a man would take his overcoat off and lay it over a puddle for her to walk over. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, you better start bring the umbrella and dodge some raindrops. Equal rights, equal lefts.
There you go. Bingo. It is what it is.
So I don't think it's in respect to Dallas. I think it is a sign of the times and a result of what has been fought for over the last 20 to 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate, but yeah. Sorry.
I love this content.
My God, Desirable Truth.
What's your age?
22.
24. And how long you been together?
This is our first date.
What made you tell him, yes, I'll go out with you?
He was respectful, he was kind, he actually has manners, and he's like 6'1". So, yeah.
And how'd you meet? I hired her.
He was my boss, and then I quit because, he's fine as fuck, and I can't work for my boss, so I quit.
So how does it go from the workplace to let's go out on 6th Street?
Do you see him? All right.
So let's say the first day goes amazing. What happens next?
We'll see. I know what happens.
We'll see.
Do you wait for him to text you and ask you out again, or do you take the initiative?
I think it's an equal playing field. I think we both take initiative because we're both grown adults and we know how to do that. So, yeah.
What's your age?
I'm gonna tell you the real. Well, I'm gonna tell you the real answer. The real answer is she said he's 6'1". That's the real answer. All the other bullshit she was saying, the first 2 or 3, he's nice and he was She was his boss. He was her boss, and he's tall. That's why. And so she's gonna call him. That's the other part. She's telling nah. If he don't, because she's obviously most likely, I ain't gonna say obviously, but most likely gonna, put out tonight.
He's definitely been blowing her back out. She just didn't want to say. That's
yeah. Because this is the part where he's being respectful. That's why he said, he looked at her. He's like, what's gonna happen? He's like, hey, this date ain't over.
Hey, I love the undesirable truth. He asks some really good questions. He's really good at what he does, because there'll be certain questions that will reveal a person's true colors in the relationship dynamics. And I remember that 40-year-old dude that he asked, and he didn't even know, he had no game plan or nothing.
Yeah. So here is a woman that believes that she's she's a prize, and that she has the scarcity mindset that there are not enough black men that could qualify for her. Let's see why.
I mean, why are they trying to come at me in the comments? I'm a naturally born woman. Okay.
You know, I
a woman can't
saw the comment, but I never asked because people want me to ask that question. But one time they had it wrong, and the girl felt like she felt so mortified. So
I'm an AKA, y'all.
Say what?
Don't play. I'm an AKA, born woman, natural woman.
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Or you cross? Oh.
Well, if he's looking for a high value woman, right? Kevin Samuel says, I don't set the market is the market. So I either fall above that, at it, or below it. I already know from a market stance that it's a 33-year-old black woman where I fall. I also know that I'm smart. I know that I am easygoing, easy to get along with. I'm thoughtful, I'm considerate, I'm emotionally intelligent, I'm humble. I'm disciplined, I work out. Discerning, I like to read the word of God. I'm really, really knowledgeable, probably over knowledgeable on the word of God. I like to study and read biblical text. And more than that, I'm a nurturer. I mean, my nonprofit is naturally a part of me. I love giving back. I love Black people. I love my people. And so this is my passion. This is who I've always been. So I think a man needs that.
Okay, so let's break it down because you started off high. So what qualities make you a high value woman?
Well, I mean, look, you look at the average 33-year-old Black woman, where she falls, right? Where the type of salary she making, right? And I look at my salary in comparison to that, right? She's probably about 100K. If I'm being generous,
No, she's
maybe
not.
30 to 100K.
Nobody makes 100K.
And then more than that, she probably rents her place, probably nicely furnished, and she probably has at least one kid. I don't rent my place. I own my place.
No, you
right?
don't.
I make over $100,000. I don't need to put my number out there, but I do well for myself in tech sales, plus my investments. And I have no kids, and I have no drama, and I'm very well educated on many topics. You could put me in any room. But the issue is I don't have enough husband material out there. There aren't enough brothers I could bring in front to a corporate party who's going to know how to work the room and not sit there looking shy and intimidated. I know y'all hate.
Dude.
The boss babe. I knew, because see, look, she learned the song and dance. She learned some of the buzzwords, but where she failed when Kendra called her to the carpet is like, what makes you a high value woman? Then she started, because if you started right there, she sounds like a man. Mm-hmm. And then Nico said exactly what I said. It's not a man. I mean, maybe not biologically, but as far as from what she just said she has to offer, I heard nothing but my homeboy. And shout out to the AKs, those are my sisters, but some of my sisters are boss babes and are exactly like her. And and
then she 33, so give her a couple years and she'll still be in the same area with that same attitude.
Yep.
That's typical.
And she gonna have a Pookie that she's sponsoring.
Yep.
That's on the low, because she
playing video games.
Probably saying about she's trying to bring somebody that's going to work the room that's not intimidated, because she can't bring Pookie that she sponsors to the room. So she needs the other guy, to be up front. We know the game. It's cool though. It's cool. I mean, you're gonna get, these she's not a high value woman, she's an alpha female, literally. So the thing about alpha females, they always think that they deserve an alpha male, and I hate both of those terms, but I'm just calling it
that's just what it is.
Marty calls it. And no, alphas like betas and betas like alpha. So get you a beta male and be happy.
That's it.
Well, that's your match. The guy that you think you deserve is not your match, and he doesn't like you. He'll blow you back out. He'll go out with you a few times for entertainment. He might do some business with you. Maybe even become a power couple. But Rokisha, that's the one he gonna really like. He's just gonna do you for for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I know? I know nothing. So moving on. Something a little more serious. This is so, fellas, vet. Before I even play this, vet, and women too. Late. This is unisex, but we're just showing an example because I'm a male, so I'm using female examples. Vet people you go out with, and just don't be blowing up the spot like that. You got to know who you're dealing with. So I'm just gonna let this video play before I comment.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection? Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me, let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step. Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself? No, baby, that is not my responsibility. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay.
I mean, she has a point.
Not really, because my thing is
the second part, but the first part, wow, that's
no, you do have a responsibility to tell people.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you're gonna allow the person to kiss you, you kind of do need to.
But that's what exactly that first.
Because women are the gatekeeper to sex. Because men were the gatekeepers of sex. Everybody, the population to be 10 times as much. So women are the gatekeepers. So it is your responsibility, just like you're the primary responsibility for a child. It's the way it is. So yeah.
No, she that's complete. That's a crime right there. If you're not telling nobody your HIV. I mean, that's terrible. That's why I was like, what the F?
Well, the thing is, she's like, I'm not gonna. It's not that she's not telling them. She just don't feel like she tells them when she want to tell them. So she wants somebody to get all the way wrapped up into her, and then right before they get ready to, do the do, you're like, oh, by the way, I'm HIV positive. Oh, okay, thanks.
Terrible,
thanks for wasting my 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, or however long it is. Thank you. Appreciate
That's
you.
So terrible.
Because she is one of those people that think that if he likes me so much, then it's okay.
I'm gonna say this because one of my homeboys went through this recently, about a couple months ago, where he was talking to a young lady, amazing. I mean, literally, she checked every box. Every box.
Probably too many boxes.
Dude, I mean, I'm talking about the like literally on paper, how he described it was perfect. I'm like, yeah, man, go on that date, bro. Then he was like, bro, call me. I said, oh man, whenever your bros tell you, call you. And he's like, bro, this girl got, and she told me before and I was like, what? So they're always the ones that have everything going, and so is that.
Yep, because nobody has everything. So you almost have to look for it. So to piggyback off of that video, here's the next one.
I've ever seen a man who's HIV negative and a woman is HIV positive and fall in love and have a baby. Hi, my name is Brenda J. I am HIV positive. My husband is HIV negative. Come celebrate with me for my husband's birthday. So my husband just turned 30 years old. I met my husband when he was 23. I was 21 years old. He accepted me not only being HIV positive, but he also accepted my 2 children that I had before him. I was pregnant with one and I had one that was getting ready to turn 1. I wanted my husband to feel special, so I did something that I knew for a fact that he wanted to do over the years. So I decided to take my husband to the Texas Roadhouse and we had an amazing time. We had a really, really good family time. We laughed. I even embarrassed my husband during the birthday holiday thing because, he didn't know nothing about it. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for supporting us, and I will do a story time of how me and my husband met soon. Bye.
Okay, go ahead.
This is I don't know what to say on that one, man. That was the I mean, this guy.
She had 2 kids at 21 already. And he's 23.
And he knew that she had something and had them 2 kids.
She had 2 kids and a gift.
Dude, you want to talk about a bona fide this is insane, man. This is reality. This is and he's just looking all goofy.
Well, at least she took him to Texas Roadhouse because All right, next video.
Dude,
so
today, dude,
I told you.
get trigger and trick like it's.
Oh, it gets worse. All right, so check this one out. So, be careful of these people with friends.
Pregnancy can come on early in a relationship and a long-term relationship. Like with my daughter, I fell pregnant at 8 months. I knew this guy for 5 years. He was my friend for 5 years, and then I fell pregnant.
Oh wait,
after we
wait,
dated.
hold on a second. He was your friend.
We were friends,
guys. Men and women cannot be friends. They were friends for 5 years. Then they dated, and then now they had a child. You just prove my point. No, it's cool. Hold. Whoa, did you
we can be
did
friends.
you just hear what I said?
You didn't even let me land.
You don't need to land because she said they were friends for 5 years. Now, I'm sure.
I am.
Did you have a man during those 5 years you were friends? Put that cape on.
No.
You know, so in the
yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm sure during that 5 years you were friends, yeah, that man might have had certain types about this guy in it, yeah, because I promise you, would have been like, no, we're just friends. Imagine what he's thinking now when you break up and then this guy becomes your baby daddy.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's not about that. We were friends, we were. Pardon?
You weren't friends.
With know that you were friends with.
Well, we wasn't like friends, like But
how did you meet him?
I met him out, like.
Oh yeah, you weren't friends.
We're just out and about.
And
we would talk on phone.
Did he offer you a drink? What was the situation? How did it?
Like conversations.
So he was trying to move to your.
So let me tell you what women do.
He liked me.
Let me tell you what women do.
But I friend zoned him.
So okay.
And did you tell your partner at the time that this guy?
Yeah, of course I did.
Blah, blah, blah? Okay, cool. And what was your partner's response?
He was cool because they were cool.
Okay, so let me tell you how it goes. Women friend zone guys, they call them male orbiters and they keep them orbiting them like a planet. So they orbit around these girls, yeah, and they know that these men want them, and they give them
They're backups, essentially.
Yeah,
is what they call them. But I don't agree with the statement of men when it comes to they can be friends.
So they orbit. They know that they can't get in there, but they just orbit, waiting for one day that they're gonna get the call, then they can say, "Hey, mothership land." So what tends to happen is,
I don't think that's the case.
Bro,
not for everyone.
Bro, okay. You know
why do you think it's not for everyone?
You know what it is? I've done this test.
I don't think everybody.
What? Agree with me?
That way.
Come on.
And the man is in hope.
Come on, you man a joke.
No, not all men are. Not all men are.
No, this is not about all men.
And not all girls will flick the switch and be like, oh, today I want you. I don't think.
Bro, Moby, speak. She's not on mic. Speak to the mic. We're speaking. It's not about all. We don't deal with absolute. But the majority of men that are orbiting around women, they're not orbiting around them because they're their brethren.
No,
they're orbiting around them
like
because
them.
one day. And let me tell you something. Every man can tell you about a story when he got promoted. Every man can tell you. It doesn't matter. It could be 5 years.
Is that what you're not calling it now?
No, it could be 10 years. No, I'm listen.
Wait it out.
Hilarious.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on.
What if they were together, they tried it, didn't work, and now they've continued as friends?
Sometimes pregnancy can come on early in a relationship and a long-term relationship. Like with my daughter, I fell pregnant at 8 months. I knew this guy for 5 years.
She fell pregnant in 8 months. In 8 months, so it's just like whoops.
Whoops, I'm pregnant. Like
right for somebody for 5 years.
Dude, this is my thing. When it comes to female best friends and stuff, and both of us have female friends that we're really close to. I think if you're a guy, this is my policy on it. And just me personally. If I pursued you and you throw me in the friend zone, it's a wrap.
It's
right?
how you meet them. It's like with most of our friends that we met, and we wasn't like we didn't go to a bar and walk up to them like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your number?" It's usually we've met through a group. Like one of my closest female friends, I met her at a concert venue that I was actually working. It wasn't even that type of situation. Others just as a neighbor or just random, but it wasn't you know, but then there's other ones that put you in the friend zone. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I will sit there, I'll be doing my other thing, but I will wait some out just for principle and then just not talk to them anymore. I would just do it out of principle. Just because I know you put me in the friend zone, but I'm gonna wait you out.
You know, I was this is gonna sound so crazy. I remember back maybe when I was 18, 19, there was a particular girl that I wanted, right? For years. She friend zoned me, didn't want me. And when I finally got her, and I was one of those guys that waited for his time, you know, and so these concepts is a real thing. This is
it happens all the time.
Yeah, and this is why I tell guys, and even the young lady I used to you know, talk to or whatever, and she used to be like, "Oh, this guy's really," I'm like, you know, dang well, if you gave him that opportunity, he'd have clapped that real quick.
Absolutely.
And she's like, you know what, you're right. Duh.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
men.
The test I'll do with my female friends, like call this dude and see if you ask him to come over tonight.
Yeah.
That's the easy way.
Yeah.
So next one we're gonna talk. This lady's a little bit entitled, so she you know, she knows her worth. So let's see what her worth is.
Joke.
Let me tell y'all something real quick. I don't like talking to broke men. I don't like talking to men that don't have money. I don't like talking to men that don't have jobs. I don't like talking to men that don't have anything going for themselves, okay? Yeah. And I said what I said. I just don't, because this just got mad at me, y'all, because I didn't want to see him. Boy, I've been working my ass off, about like 10 hour shifts, working my ass off. And you mean to tell me you mad because I don't want to see you, baby? I'm tired. But you know, you wouldn't know nothing about that because you don't have a job. And I'm not trying to, like, you know, be mean or nothing like that, but I'm just saying how it is. Like, I don't like dating broke men. Like, they be so damn evil and mean because y'all don't be having nothing going for y'all. So when y'all see an independent like me that make her own money and do what the I want, and I don't be having time for y'all want to be mad. I don't give a y'all be weird for no reason. Go get a job.
I don't like dating women with multiple chins, but you know.
Hey, look at the comment. Homeboy said Planet Fitness got a deal going on right now. That is insane, bro.
Bring a friend. I'm just saying, like, okay, she don't like dating broke men, but sis, like,
who's dating?
I guess somebody rich is gonna sweep you off your feet. What do I know?
You know,
those are your options.
You know that junk ain't happening.
Jailbirds are up
Y'all
1.
dudes that's on the streets, y'all gotta step y'all game up. Y'all are losing to these dudes that's in the damn prison system, okay? I was on TikTok last night and I ran across a live. It was like 4 dudes that was in the feds. So I just tapped in to be nosy to see what they were talking about. Do y'all know it was thousands of girls on there, like being so thirsty, asking these locked up dudes, "Oh, what's your JPay? I want to see you some money. I want to come see you. I want to be your pen pal." Like, has the dating pool become that bad that we got to reach out to that's locked up for love? And these is winning. Like, they taking all the bad ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all dudes on the streets gotta step y'all game up. Y'all are losing terribly.
Mm-hmm.
Some niggas in the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
She is not lying at all.
She's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. I know somebody that's doing time right now, and he's winning in life right now when it comes to that.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wouldn't you expect him to win in life?
Yep.
I mean, I would expect him to win in life because that's what the market dictates.
Yeah.
So you can't hate the player. What they say, hate the player. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hate the game.
Yep.
I mean the player.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one, oh boy, this one is actually a sad story.
Ouch.
Be careful, people, who y'all meeting on these dating apps. And this is a prime example why.
Says she met 24-year-old Corbell Stewart on a dating app, and she invited him to her house after texting for a few days. She told us in a statement, when I answered the door, a red flag that I didn't think about until after this situation is that he had a bag. I see it was a getaway bag. Smith says they had dinner, watched movies, then began to get intimate. That's when she tells us that he pinned her down and slit her throat. She reportedly fought back, getting multiple stab wounds on her. Ayla Smith says she met 24-year-old.
What in the world?
The first thing I thought when I saw that picture,
yeah,
Melina wins. For those of you who play Mortal Kombat, that was literally the first thing that I saw.
Why are you inviting somebody?
And by the way, she lives. She's not dead.
Okay.
That's why I'm making jokes. If she was dead, I wouldn't make jokes.
Right. Why did she invite the man over her crib?
You know why? Stop it. You know, get them cheeks clapped.
See, and from these scenarios, I think of this is something I would tell our female friends. Hey,
this is what I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, y'all can't be doing that because there's dudes out here that are weird and crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this dude. Look at this dude.
Look at him. You could just look at him. I mean, he looked like he just got.
He's weird, but I mean, she's a little challenged too. So
she's probably been doing this for a long time too. So this ain't,
So yeah, now this young lady. Oh boy.
Welcome to this.
Oh my gosh.
Can anyone tell you what that is?
You want to know what y'all know what it is?
Literally.
Hold on, ain't done.
Yeah, bro.
So disgusting.
What up?
The doctor said it was like a really bad cold sore, but like I'm 8 weeks pregnant, and this has never happened to me. Is it because my immune system's down or what?
That was disgusting. Oh, okay.
So this chick is 8 weeks pregnant. 8 weeks pregnant. So do you think she got it from the baby daddy? Or did she get it after she was pregnant?
Dude, I can't even think straight because how disgusting that was. So true.
Now, this next story is about poetic justice. I think this is a beautiful story, and I wanted to share this with you guys.
I was on that dating app for a long time, which, by the way, I'm officially off Riot.
Okay.
Well, there was this guy on there, and he was like older, and I'm like older, but he was like older.
Like what?
Girl, he was like 80.
Love it.
Okay. He was like a billionaire.
Oh God.
You know, his profile was crazy. He had houses everywhere. Paris, Miami, Beverly Hills.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, he's rich. At this point, he's like, okay, like let's go out. So he has his driver pick me up, and he meets me at the restaurant.
Okay.
It's like a private club restaurant. Like you have to be a member to go to a
I'm
restaurant.
in love with him.
I know. So I get there and we have the best time. Crazy chemistry. He's a lot of fun. Everything's good. We're like pretty consistent talking on the phone here and there. Cause now I'm like, all right, I don't want to like overwhelm him because here's my big shot to like become this billionaire wife. And then I got a text saying, hi, you know what? I think you are amazing. You are so sweet, so incredible. But I think we should just be friends. And I was like, how the hell do you break up with somebody that you're not even with? We had one meal. Like nothing even happened yet. Like we didn't even do anything yet.
So sad.
Like all we did was go to dinner and it was a fun dinner. I know I'm not crazy. I know it was fun.
And you already bought decorations for the Paris house.
Completely. Raya, I was on that dating.
He probably saw the red flags immediately. So she might have had fun, but maybe he didn't have fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, he's probably an older white guy, 80 some years old, and got all these house stuff. Yeah, and he already know. He's like, look, he's just paying for entertainment. And he's like, listen, she thinks she's coming up and about to, you know, he gonna kick the bucket in a couple years, and she gonna be an heir. And so she went out and trying to show her worth, and got dumped by a dude that has one foot in the casket.
Yeah, he saw it already.
All right, wise woman section, last segment of the night. Wise women.
Ooh, something to cool me off, boy. I've been triggered all day, man.
Kendra. It's my girl.
Kendra, let's
Hey,
go.
I'm Kendra G, the host of the online dating show Kendra G Singles Live, and also the CEO of the Kendra G Singles dating app. And these are the top 10 reasons why men get married. Number 1, legacy. Yes, he's looking for a woman to have his children and also to take his last name. His legacy is very important to him, as well as raising his own children. Number 2, they came up together. Baby, they were broke together in the trenches. And now that he made something of his life, he is willing to marry that woman. Number 3, social status. Yes, there are some careers that only husbands will be taken seriously. The best example of this is the President of the United States of America. It'll be very difficult for a man to run for the President of the United States of America without a wife. Number 4, arranged marriages. There are many countries that still practice arranged marriages. Number 5, she won the waiting game. Yes, you sat there and put up with all his bullshit throughout all these years. He's like, you know what? I owe you marriage. You got it, girlfriend. Number 6, she is a come up to him. Whether she has the money, the house, the car, she's moving in social circles that he wants to be a part of. Marrying her will make his life better, so he is willing to marry her. Number 7, he got her pregnant. Wasn't his goal to get her pregnant, but now that she is, he's a stand-up guy after all, and he is willing to put a ring on it. Number 8, he lives in another country and wants to live in your country. Yes, so he will love bomb you, tell you all the things that you want to hear, because guess what? Marrying you will get him the hell up out of his country and into your country. Number 9, he's gay. Yes. But he goes to church now and he learns that being gay is not right. So he's been trying to pray the gay away, and to seal the deal, he will marry you. Number 10, he likes being married. Maybe his wife passed on, or maybe he got a divorce. Either way, he loves being married. He likes having a woman cook for him, make sure his home is tidy, having a partner in life. This man enjoys being married. These are the top 10 reasons why men get married. Disclaimer, never said that all these men are faithful, and never said that these men don't get divorces. I just said these are the top 10 reasons why men get married.
I like her.
Hey, I'm Kendra G.
She is 100% on point.
Yeah.
Like all the way. I agree with literally all 10 of them.
All of them. Mm-hmm. Legacy is definitely number 1. I mean, that's really the main reason. Because what I know is, especially in modern dating, and you see that men get married for legacy purposes. Women get married just for validation. Just to say, oh, you know, I got to, you know, somebody picked me, girl. He picked me. And they're so happy to post on Instagram and got their hand all up on the camera, which, hey, you know, if you got engaged, I'm not hating. This is not a hate, but this is just the absolute truth. Because you don't see guys, you notice on social media, you don't see guys flexing. Look at my girl's ring. Like, look, guys don't do that. Well, yeah, guys don't do that. You see more women do that. Guys more like, man, yeah.
Y'all went ahead and settled down, bro. You know, I've been out here, you know. Yeah, a lot of guys literally settle down.
Mm-hmm.
Settle. The key word is settle. Mm-hmm. All right, last video of the evening. Have a little fun. And we are going to participate in a spelling bee over in Philadelphia. And shout out to the Eagles versus the Commanders.
Oh, man, I'm not liking Philadelphia right now, but go ahead.
Hear you all say, E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds! Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go.
We didn't hear nobody say nothing.
Dude. This is
if that is to come, Jalen Hurts gonna throw like 3 interceptions and Saquon's gonna fumble twice.
Hey, I would love that. We need that to happen.
Oh my God! Thank God she is running the city and not the football team.
Not the football team.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
But we are all allowed, grace, and we make mistakes. I'm sure this woman, I'm 1000% sure she can spell eagle, but she wet the bed.
Got excited.
She got excited and forgot the vowels. She got the E, but she forgot the A in the order. Man. All right, so that is going to do it for this week's live. We have covered a ton of stuff this week, but I really wanted to get the election stuff out. I think next week, because I literally got another 20 videos for election reactions, so we may go over to do some more next week, because I could not contain myself. I was literally up there crying, laughing, like tears were streaming out of my eyes, because again, I have not, just like you all, I haven't seen all of the videos, the longer ones. I didn't see the whole thing, so and I purposely try not to watch the entire video, because I want you all to see my authentic reaction to the entire thing. So so we're wrapping up. So next week we will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern time, same bat time, same bat channel on next Wednesday evening. Jay the Professor, any last words for you and your audience?
Well, we live in an interesting society. I think, gentlemen, we got to focus on being the best version of ourselves, honestly, because this is insane. Your professor was triggered all day. It was triggered. I was triggered today. This was triggering. This got me. This got me.
All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you all watching on all the platforms, on Instagram. I see you out there on Twitch and Rumble and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. I appreciate you all. I will see you next week. I am posting a video tomorrow, but go through and binge watch some of my other reactions. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, because I got literally 98% of you all watching and not subscribing.
For real.
Make sure that you subscribe to the channel to help me put out more great content. I will see you in the next video.